maybe facing a similar issue, but let's talk more about how to remarket these companies now. Julie Roehm, consumer analyst and marketing expert, spent many years in Detroit.
I did.
You're with Ford and Chrysler, correct?
Yes, I was.
So you know the auto industry. So if you're Toyota right now, if you're the head of marketing at Toyota, what are you doing?
Right now, I think the issue is not a marketing campaign, but it is a lever of marketing PR. Right now, I think they are in a really sticky place, not just because of obviously the disastrous effect of this stop halting production, that kind of thing, but because a week ago they announced these recalls and they didn't stop production then. Clearly, I think there's a message out to the public that says they knew something was wrong and they kind of used the accounting trick, rolling the dice, how bad is it going to be? You know, and I think that is the piece. If more of that is uncovered, if somebody digs in and they find something ugly in there that they knew that it was bad, they were considering a stoppage and they didn't do it then, that's the part that could be ugly. And so I think their best bet right now is to do what they probably should have been doing a week ago, which is constant, open, and honest communication on a regular basis. They need to be telling people, and not things like, oh, by the way, if you're driving your car at 70 and there's a big truck in front of you, hit your brake and it doesn't work, think about these quick 3 steps. You know, put it in neutral, don't pump your brakes, and then turn the engine off. I mean, who's going to be able to think about that? This is potentially disastrous because it's not a reliability issue, it's a safety issue. We're seeing images of
apparently the problem appeared in the pickup truck, the Tundra, a couple of years ago, and originally it was the issue from Toyota was blaming the floor mats for the problem, right?
And we just had a big floor mat recall just a couple of months ago from Toyota, and I think that is the other issue here. The public is starting to see, well, you know, a first recall from Toyota, it's okay. God, you know, Detroit, we were pumping out recalls left and right. So, one, everybody's forgiven. But then it was another one, and then this one. And now I think it points to an operational issue. They've built their entire brand on quality and reliability. They've foregone things like aesthetics and great innovations of, you know, quirks and tricks in the car for reliability, quality, and safety. It was a bit vanilla, but you could count on it.
Let's not forget, I know it's a good day for Ford, but what, a decade ago, they had a major rollover problem with the Explorer, and they handled it wrong, right?
I was there.
You were there. I mean, so what you know, they were blaming the tire manufacturer.
I was on cars. Okay.
Yeah. Were you there? How did you handle that? So that's very, you know, very analogous, right?
It is, as was the
Audi. Can you say Ford handled it fairly poorly?
Yeah, you know, it wasn't. No, and I, you know,
blame the tire blamed Ford.
Well, Jason Vines was in charge of PR then. Jack Nasser was there. I mean, I know these people well. They're good people, and it's, you know, I think it was one of those. Again, I'm very sympathetic to Toyota's plight because some of the stuff it gets going, you don't realize how big it is, how much it's snowballing, how many people it's affecting. You're looking for whose problem is it? Was it Firestone's in that case? Was it ours? Here is it them? And if, you know, the bottom line is that you can get really mired up in the corporate sense about the dynamics of the company, but you forget about the consumer. And that is what they should be doing, focusing on dealer service to those customers right now. Everything they can do for them. Bring your car in, we'll trade it in, we'll give you a loaner, something else. They need to bend over backwards. They'll probably lose a boatload of money, but I'll tell you what, it'll be a lot less expensive for them than if they let it ride.
Julie Roehm, appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you soon, Adam.
Yeah, great.
More